All right, so YouTube TV, everyone's been talking about this quote unquote new feature of being able to jump to segments within certain programs. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm in some sort of beta program or something. Um, but the things that I've been seeing people talk about on different websites, I've had the opportunity to do for quite some time. So, for example, let me go into the NBC Nightly News. Okay, so NBC Nightly News. All right, I'll go ahead and jump in. So it says the option to jump to a segment. So let me click on that for you. Now, this allows me to pick any type of story that I want to see from this broadcast, which is a pretty cool option. But what I'm confused is that it's being touted as being something new, a new feature. So either I'm in a beta program and I'm unaware of, or something, because I've had this feature, I want to say for close to 2 years. And I'm being serious. I know it's been over a year, but it's been probably close to 2 years since I've had the option to go into the world news and jump to a section. Now, I don't know if the recent release that's come out saying this feature is new, if it features other shows that allow you to do this. Um, but as far as the NBC and ABC and I think CBS World News, I don't remember about CBS, but ABC and NBC, I think I've used this for the World News to just jump to whatever section I want, because a lot of times I'll let the show record and then I'll just go, come in after it's finished recording, or maybe in the process of recording, and I'll just jump through. Because one cool thing is that the segments update as the show records. It's usually about 5 to 10 minutes behind, but I think that's pretty cool. So a lot of times I'll let the show go for about 15 minutes and then I'll jump in and skip over the sections that I don't want to see. So I think it's a great option. Like with my local news, um, I've never tried it actually to see if that was an option. So, and there's no option to jump to a section with local news. And with different TV shows, I've never seen it as well. Um, with sporting events, I've never seen that option. I know with sporting events, you can, watch your key plays, of course. But as far as like jump to the first quarter, second quarter, or something like that, it's not an option. So yeah, I don't know why it's being touted as new, but I think it's cool that it's getting some traction if other people didn't have it. So I know that everyone will be happy to have that for their news, their world news, and we'll see what other shows that it defaults to. And I'm hoping that maybe it can go to sports to where you can jump to the third quarter of a game, or my local news where I can just jump straight to the weather, or something like that. So we'll see what YouTube TV does, but they have a lot of improvement left. When you look at their DVR, like this DVR is a mess. All right, first of all, I watched this news broadcast last night, but it's still showing up. I watched PTI yesterday, but because it records multiple episodes a day, it keeps presenting them to me as new episodes. Um, it doesn't really keep things in order of when they record it. Like you would think you'd be able to sort from oldest show to new or newest show to old or something like that. It just kind of throws them on the screen at random. Um, and then I just really hate how even when you've watched something, it still shows up. There's no way to clear stuff that you haven't watched. So if I wanted to try to track down a show, I got to sort through a bunch of shows that I've already watched just to get to a show that may have been missed or something. Or sometimes a show from 2 years ago will come on, tonight, and it'll present it as a new show just because it hasn't been on in 2 years. So I don't know. Their metadata is kind of wonky, and you would think YouTube would have figured that out of all companies, but they have a lot of great things about their DVR and the unlimited DVR space is cool. I don't know if it's absolutely necessary. But it's cool that you have that option as opposed to not having enough. But as far as organization, being user friendly, being able to find things, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's just, it has to be more options than that. I don't know how many people remember Microsoft when they had a DVR back around 99 or 2000 called the Ultimate TV. And the Ultimate TV was the first DVR I ever bought, first one I ever heard of. And you had the options to filter so many different ways. And it was great. It was very user friendly. For example, for a show like, let's say Pardon the Interruption. Pardon the Interruption comes on every day at 4:30, but it re-airs about anywhere from 5 to 8 times per day, because overnight it may re-air about 5 times overnight. Well, with the Microsoft Ultimate TV, you had the option to record shows in certain time frames. So I could say only record PTI between 2 and 7 o'clock. So that way I didn't catch all those overnight shows that popped up on the DVR, even though, the reruns and things of that nature. Or when you told it to only record first run recordings, that's all it did. It only recorded first run recordings. If something had aired before, you weren't going to get it. And that's something that YouTube desperately needs in order to be what I think the perfect new cable system, if you want to call them that, so to speak. They have got to find a way to get their DVR more manageable, more user-friendly. My wife usually uses the Roku for all her navigation because it's easier a lot of times as opposed to going into YouTube TV, because it's hard to find her recordings. It's hard for her to keep up with things. So even if it's a show that she's watched, it may pop up as not being watched, and that's confusing. So YouTube needs to tighten up. But as far as the jump to a segment feature, I'm glad it's rolling out to everyone now. Like I said, I've had it for, I want to say it's been close to 2 years, but I've only seen it during the world news broadcast. So if it's being offered somewhere else, then, maybe that will be new to me. But yeah, so I applaud them for what they're doing, but I just wish they would improve this DVR. And you all have heard me complain about this before. So, all right, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate you all listening.